So all these things access I'll provide you. Just share me your mail ID. I'll give access for in the another batch also. You can share your mail ID and you get the access of this software. Try to install the software. Try to install this software two, three times you try. If one time if it's not happening, uninstall it and then install it again. Uninstall first and install the software again. Okay, you'll be able to install it. And when you'll be running the instances of the installation, don't cancel it. Otherwise, the instances will be created and then it will be a problem. It will create a problem. So your just try the installation with the referring the recording, like I'll show you. So this is the software, you will get it, you download it, unzip it, and then install the XC. Just follow the recording where you will be able to find. So here is the recording plus steps document is there where you'll if you'll follow this steps document or this installation recording, then you will be able to understand what you have to do. This is the practice document I already gave it. For few classes, you will be able to refer this one. So as I told you that four classes are free, four classes are free. So until unless four classes, you will be able to refer this document for your practice purpose. And then your regular classes will be added in batch 41, this folder here, like how other folders I have created. Like this, I'll create your folder also when we'll have the few classes will be there. So your recording will be uh, uploaded in this folder, Google Drive folder, and I'll be giving you the access for the same thing. So each and everything will go in smoothly. You just have to attend the classes regularly and get the offer letter. Get the offer letter. Your job is to give the 100% and get the offer letter. My job is to put effort to make you understand. There should be no doubt. There should be no doubt. So just give your 100% effort. Get offer letter in 2 months only. Okay. So ETL testing is easiest methodology, easiest job. Okay, easiest technology which you will follow. You will be able to get the offer letter easily, and in company when you will join, you will be able to survive easily. Okay, other technology is very vast that need your 1 year of time to crack the interview. Once you will get selected, also there you have to write difficult code, big code. So here we have very like limited codes are there, fixed codes are there. If you'll follow that, you will be able to do it. Okay, so without wasting time, we'll start the session today. So today we are going to learn ETL testing first session. Whoever joined first time, I'll be sharing the recording of the demo class plus syllabus session. So please listen that and then understand that what is ETL testing, what are the scope of ETL testing, and second video will say that what are the syllabus of ETL testing. Okay, this cloud ETL testing, what are the syllabuses are there. So those part will be there. Refer that one and then make sure that you listen both the recording. Okay, and many people they have asked question in both the recording. If you listen it properly, maybe you will get your all the questions or whatever the questions is running in your mind, you will be able to get the answer. And if you'll have any other questions, definitely you are able to, you can message me. You can message me in my WhatsApp number or we can connect also. Many people, they have messaged me yesterday and we have connected also. So based on that only, we will also connect. So today we are going to start with the first chapter, which is ETL testing SQL. So SQL, we are going to learn from scratch, from A to Z. So if you don't know SQL, no worries. We'll start from the theory part and then we'll start from the basic of SQL. Basic of SQL, and you will be able to write the very first basic query. Then you will go class by class, little bit higher. So if you don't know also, don't worry. We'll teach you from the scratch. So here no time boundary. If you'll get stuck, if you'll not understand, immediately you can ask. So there is no problem. Okay. So what we are going to start today in SQL part, we are going to start with the introduction to SQL. Introduction to SQL. In this chapter, this is very basic. They will not ask you these questions in interview, but as you are a new learner for ETL testing, you supposed to know these are the topic. It will give you the confidence. So you have to know these are the topics so that like you will be able to work properly on the this one. Yeah, lesson is recording. Okay, we'll share after the class. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to learn introduction to SQL database, sub language of SQL, installation of SQL software. Already we have discussed this one, or like I'll share you the recording for the how to install the software. Data types in Oracle, data types in Oracle. I'll explain you one more time Oracle SQL live project, like how can you do practice using online SQL, online live SQL, how you can practice online, that I'll tell you. So we'll start with the first topic, introduction to SQL. Introduction to SQL. So SQL stands for structured query language. SQL stands for structured query language. What is the full form of SQL? Structured query language. SQL is a language of database. What it means? What is database? SQL is language of database. Means SQL is nothing but it's related to the database operations. SQL is nothing but it is a operation related with the database operations. So that is what they are combinedly they are saying that a structured query language because you are going to deal with a structured data. The structured data means what? Like which will be in a tabular format, column and row format that is called as a structured data. So SQL is a language of database. Database operations will you'll be able to perform in SQL databases. So that is what it is mean. So what is database? First of all, consider that we are going to learn about the Oracle SQL database. We are going to learn about the Oracle SQL database. So we are going to learn about the Oracle SQL database. So why we are learning Oracle SQL database? Because this is the first database and it is a common database. All other database came from this only. All other database came from this only and base is this only. Okay. If you go for the other database like Microsoft SQL, PostgreSQL, Teradata, Netezza, whatever it may be, then base will be this software only. 90 to 95% to 99%, your syntaxes will be same in other database also. So if you learn this Oracle SQL, any interview you'll be able to give your interview properly. Like if they'll ask you question in SQL, if you'll tell answer based on the Oracle SQL, you will be able to do anywhere. The base is Oracle SQL only. So what is this database? So your Oracle SQL database will look like this one. So it will be Oracle SQL developer. These are the schema you have. Admin core, HR schema I have added as per my requirement. You are going to add admin schema and HR schema. You are going to add admin schema, HR schema. Core schema and info schema is not required for you. You have to add only what are the schema, admin schema and HR schema. Why we need a admin schema? Because admin schema is the base where you will be able to fire the query, where you will be able to write the query to give permissions to the HR schema. Okay, so we have to run some of the query in admin schema to unlock HR schema. Then only you will be able to add this HR schema. Why I'm saying HR schema? Because if you'll connect to HR schema, you will find so many inbuilt table which is provided by Oracle SQL Oracle database, Oracle company for practice purpose. Few tables, they already gave it for practice purpose with more data. Now, if you see here, you have employees table, which is having 107 record, and this many columns are there. Why they have given? For the practice purpose. For your practice purpose, they have given. This is freely available in the market. Anyone can install the software. Anyone can install the software. Like this is the worksheet where you will be able to write your query. How will you write the query? It's a simple English language. Select star from which table? Employees table. These are the tables are inbuilt by given by the Oracle company for the practice purpose. Where you will find this table? You will be able to find this table in HR schema. You will be able to find this table in HR schema. Similarly, like how you have the employees table, same way you have the departments table. This also having some 27 records for the practice purpose. Like this, you have, like these two tables, you have other table also, job history, jobs, locations, and if you see other tables, no, A, B, C, and all these things, I have created this table in previous batches. As per requirement, as per topics, I have created many tables, simple tables for the practice purpose or for the teaching purpose. The inbuilt table given by the HR schema is employee departments, job history, jobs, locations, then your regions. All this table is given by given by Oracle company for practice purpose, and these tables are interrelated. Okay, so if you write select a star from table name, you will be able to get all these details, like whatever the data which belongs to employees table. What is the table name? We have employees a table name. Whatever the data which belongs to employees table, so that those things you will be able to see. So in which format we have the data? In a tabular format, we have the data in employees table, or any other tables will have data in tabular format only. Means tabular format means what? Column and row will be there. Column. So what are the columns? Vertical is called as column. Employee ID, manager ID, first name, last name, all these things are called as column. And what is this? This horizontal one will be called as record or rows. Record or rows. So how many rows we have? How many rows we have in this employees table? We have 107 rows. We have 107 rows. How many columns we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 columns are there. In employees table, you have 11 tables and 107 records. So like this, very basic things you can understand for the database. So that is what the SQL is, the language of database. SQL means what? You have to perform the query writing operations. So these are the operations you have to run in your database. Whether whatever the database you will use, that you have to use that one. Okay. Now, next topic is you can ask your doubt once we'll complete full. Whatever the doubts you will have, I'll complete the topics, how we follow. So consider that I have started with the introduction to SQL database. So you got some doubt. Remember it, note it down somewhere. Let me complete full topic, and then I'll ask you that do you have any doubt? Then you will fire your query, and then I'll answer those questions. Answer. So like that, you see, my target is from past 40 batches. I know what are the places you will have the doubts. Okay. So I will able to, explain those things, or I'll be able to, I will be able to complete 100% explanation. But if any other than that also, if I missed it, or if you have the some other uh, doubts, you can ask once we complete the topics. So this is the method we follow. You also follow this one. so that there will be, if you'll ask in the middle, no, what will happen? We will break the flow. So I don't want to break the flow. In the starting only, I'm telling you. So just when we'll complete the topics, well, I'll ask you the doubts. You can tell your questions. Okay. So in middle, don't interrupt. Otherwise, you may lose the flow. I have no problem. If you'll ask also, I'll explain it. But the thing is that so many things will be there in mind, which I'll be explaining it. The moment I'll explain your doubt in middle, maybe some point I may missed. Okay. So ask in the last. So using SQL, we can store data, manipulate data, retrievable data. So it's saying that this point is saying that using a SQL, using SQL, we can store data. We can store data in a table. We can manipulate data. We can manipulate data or modify data. We can manipulate data, we can store data, we can modify data, we can retrieve data from a table in a database. So it's saying that we can use the SQL, we can use the SQL, and we can do some of the operations. We can store the data. We can store the data. 107 records are stored in employees table. So you are storing some of the data. You are storing some of the employees data here. So 107 records are stored in employees table. Okay. If you want to modify the data, consider that I want to change the name Samuel to Sam. Okay, someone inserted wrong name. So if you want to change the Samuel to Sam, so you will be able to do that. So if you want to store the data, you store the data. If you want to modify, you can modify. If you want to insert a new record, you will be able to insert the record in a table in a database. If you want to insert a record, you will be able to insert the record in a database. If you want to delete the record, you will be able to delete the record. If you want to modify the record value, you will be able to modify the record values. If you want to add a new column, if you want to add any data type and all, you will be able to add it in the database. So using a SQL, we can store data, we can modify, we can delete data, we can add a new data. All these things, possibilities are there. You will be able to do it in your database. You can retrieve data. What it means, if you want to fetch the data, if you want to get the output as data, if you want to fetch the data, then you will able to fetch the data. If you want to see what are the data or which belongs to this table, simply you can write select a star from table name. You will be able to see this data. Why I'm explaining the basics things, like many people you will be knowing this SQL, basic of the SQL. So you will feel that this one is, but so many important point I'm gonna tell you in this also, and I'm taking it from the starting so that many people who don't know SQL, you will be knowing from the starting only. You will be knowing from the starting only. Okay. Now next one, 1970. So what is the history of your SQL database? So 1970, in 1970, in IBM company. So there is a IBM company which is very big. That is 110 years old company. The IBM company is 110 years old company, and it is this company is available in multiple countries, like maybe 170 countries. This company is available. 5 lakhs employees are there in IBM company. Okay, it's a US based company. So IBM company in 1970, they gave the concept of they gave the concept of they gave the concept of SQL. They gave the concept of SQL. Okay, guys, you can turn off your video. We don't need a video recording. Okay, So 1970, Dr. Edgar F. Ford, who gave the concept of a relational database. So in 1970 only, in IBM company, Dr. F. Ford, he was working as an employee. He gave the concept of the database. He gave the concept of the database like this. He gave the concept. So there, that time in 1970, like it's very long back, 50 years back, 55 years back, only Dr. Edgar Apford, he gave the concept of the database. Earlier days, if you remember, if you have ever gone to the government offices and all, they were storing your data in a file format. Like means what? They will have big notebook or big diaries where they will enter your details. Okay. So if your parents were working or your grandfathers will be working, was working in a government company, or anywhere you are going for the hospital or anywhere you went in earlier, like starting in your childhood. So there you may observe that they were entering data in manually into the diaries, big diaries they were having, all the informations they were entering. That time there were no mobile phone and all. So just they were entering maybe your how street details or house home details, your parents' name and all these things, your name, parents' name, your home, where your home, and all these details they were entering, as well as that unique number will be there. Your hospital number, your any unique number, your school, in your school, you will have you will have the roll number and all this. Excuse me, guys. Just a second. So the earlier days, people were using big diaries to enter your details wherever you used to go. Nowadays, if you go in anywhere, nowadays when they gave introduced the SQL database, when they introduced the database concept, then people started using this database only. Nowadays, if you go anywhere, whether it's a school, college, your hospital, police station, or any other places you go, you will be able to see that they are operating, they are entering something into the laptop, into the desktop or into the laptop. And those detail we back and it will be stored in the database only. In front they will have the front end applications where they'll be entering your data, but when they will save that forms and all in web browser, then it will be back and it will be stored into the database only. Your details will be stored in this format. They will be enter in there, they will enter into their front desktop, and your data will be stored like this there. Okay, your data will be stored like this. When you will go for the any one places like a school, college, or a hospital, police station, your reservation counter, wherever you go, you will be able to see these are the information they are entering into the web browser applications, front desktop application, and back end of the back end it will be saved into the database. So Dr. Edgar Apford, he was known as the father of the relational database, and he gave first time the concept of the database. Later what happened, in 1990s, Oracle company, 1990s, 40 years back or 35 years back, Oracle company, he bought this concept from the IBM company. Oracle company, they bought the concept from the Oracle company bought this concept or database concept from the IBM company. He modified something into the Oracle database. Oracle company modified some of the changes in the databases, and the Oracle company launched this one in 2000 year, approximately nearby 2000 year. Oracle company launched this database, and which they have launched it freely available in the market. Okay, anyone can install, anyone can use this database. People started downloading this software and they started learning this software. They started, installing this software in their desktop, and they started learning this software. They started using this software many places. They were able to store this data like this in the system and all. So manually they don't have to they don't have to store the data manually. Like this they'll be stored, and it will be shared with the multiple locations. This data wherever, like if you go in a Mumbai, Bangalore, New York, whatever the location they are entering the data, backend it will be saved in this way, and you will be able to see from all over world. You will be able to see this data from all over world. So that is what usage in 2000 years Oracle company freely launched in the market. Anyone can learn, anyone can install this software, anyone can use this software. Then people started using this software frequently. So what happened after that? It become very essential essential tool where like many company adopted these things for their to store their business data. Many company adopted this software to store their business data. Business data in means what? 10 years back, 15 years back, uh, data generation was less only. 15 years back, data generation were less because everything was manual only. If you went to any store or mall and all, so big company only, they were using the front end desktop and they were entering the details like McDonald's, your a big company Jara or H&M or your Reliance Fresh, Bata, all this company only, they were using the billing purpose laptop and all, desktop and all, front end applications. But nowadays, if you go in, even though a small, a small outlet, they are storing your data into database. They will ask your mobile number, they will ask your name, they will ask your mail ID. All this informations will be stored in their local database. So that is the benefit of SQL. And from multiple locations, if any company is having many outlets throughout the world, any one location this will be entered. It they'll be in the main area or like data admin and all, whoever the head or who will be managing the company data, they'll be able to see more locations data in one place only. So in one place only your data will be stored. So this is the beauty of your SQL. This is the beauty of your SQL. And like writing queries like a simple English language only in SQL. So it's very easy to learn, not much complex query. Like Java is very difficult to write the queries for a small, if you have to print one output, this is J classes. If you want to write this query also in Java, you have to write 30, 40 lines code there. You have to create class, you have to declare methods. So many things are there in a Java, but not here. You just have to write the select star from employees. Like same thing in a Python also, very easy syntax to fetch the data if you have anything. So that's why people started using SQL frequently to store their business data, where millions of billions of data will be stored in the database. So you can store n number of records here in as a rows. You can add n number of columns here in this any of the table. You can create any of the table. You can store billions of record. You can store billions of record. You can store n number of columns here, n number of columns here. So this is the beauty of your database. And this database data you can export into the file also. You can import also. You can export also. All possibilities are there. So what they will do in ETL testing, they will create a big architecture in ETL testing. In ETL testing, they will create big architecture. Big architecture they will create it. They will have hundred of tables, 200 of tables internally. Those table will be categorized. Consider that 100 table they have created. So each table will be categorized what type of data it is going to store in which table. In ETL architecture will be like this. ETL testing is a one part of this ETL architecture. You will have ETL developer, you will have data engineer, you will have data admin, you will have product owner, or you will have the ETL architecture, or so many people will be there, and you will have the ETL testing. Whatever the things will be done by the developer, they will use the coding method to develop any logic based on the client given. So those things you have to validate as part of ETL testing. So ETL testing, I last class also I explained you the scope. So that's when we discuss syllabus part, just go through that recording. So what is the scope of ETL testing? You just have to validate whatever the coding is done by the developer. Whatever the coding is done by the developer, that you have to validate as part of ETL testing. Very simple, very easy methods will be there. Nowadays, you have the chat GPT and all. If guys, please turn off your video. If video is not required here, okay? Only audio is required, and that is only recorded sessions. Anyway, I'm sharing my screen, and that is more than sufficient. So we are not, uh, on our videos and all. We don't need the videos here. So don't on your video, and ladies or gents, anywhere, you will be connected to the mobile. Just be careful when you will use it, when you will keep it in the mobile in a packet and all. So sometimes the button will enable it. So you just be careful. Your video should not turn off. Already you should be turn off. Okay. So we are not taking any video classes. So video is not suggested here. So audio only, and I'll be sharing you and I'll explaining you the thing. So this is what your history of SQL part. This is the what you have the history of SQL. Okay. Some common relational database management system like SQL are MySQL, MS SQL Server, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix, PostgreSQL, Toad, Teradata, Netezza, IBM DB2. All these things are your your examples of other databases. Okay, you have Oracle, MS SQL, you have Teradata, you have Netezza, you have PostgreSQL. All these things are very famous tools. Okay, so many company they came with their own database. Many company they came with their own database. Their own database. First, IBM gave the concept of the database. Those things are bought by the Oracle company, and Oracle company freely launch in the market. After that, many other company also they saw that this table become very very useful and very famous. They develop their own database, and nowadays the company is using different database in different project. You will have a different project in different companies, and they'll be using different database. But no need to worry, the method will be same as Oracle SQL only, because everything came from the Oracle SQL only. So your 95% to 99% syntax, it will be same as Oracle SQL. And in interview also, they will ask you Oracle SQL only mainly. If any question they will ask you in say Oracle SQL, if you will tell answers in Oracle SQL, if you will tell your interview questions in Oracle SQL format or the syntax, there is no problem. They will consider that one. So till now, wherever I have attended interview, whether it's a PostgreSQL or the Teradata or whatever the database they were using, any of the project they are using different database. Whatever the interview I have attended, I gave Oracle SQL syntax answers only, and I never faced any problem with this. So learn one common language, and when you'll get selected in any of the project, then you can write same query there. It will work out there. If any minor changes will be there, you will be able to know that you have the or Google and all. You will be able to do find out those differences. Okay. So this is what the introduction of SQL. Okay, now you are free to ask the questions. Any question, guys? Okay, so hope you don't have questions. If you have any questions, you can turn off. SQL developer and Toad is the database. So someone is asking, what is the difference between SQL developer and Toad? SQL developer and Toad and Teradata, PostgreSQL, all these things is example of your databases, your other databases. How you see Oracle database here, SQL developer database, same way, different company, they gave different database. Okay, and they gave different name to their own databases. So those are the things. Your syntax will be same. If you know this one, everywhere same things you're gonna write. Everywhere same things you're gonna write as a ETL tester in the sorry, in the database. Whether it's you are using Toad or Teradata or PostgreSQL, whatever the database you are using, your method will be same. You will have the schema, you will have the worksheet where you will be firing your query. You will have the output screen where you will be seeing your output screen. So no need to worry with the multiple databases. Learn one database, be perfect in this database. Other database, it will come under Oracle SQL database. Okay. So this is what. If you have
I
any
have
other questions, let me know.
a question.
Shalini here. If a company has a requirement on MySQL, the requirement is on the MySQL, then is this like if you do this Oracle, that should be okay?
That should be okay. Perfectly fine.
But
95%
it's
syntax
not.
is
It
same
is
only.
not necessary like going into the each whatever the company asks and that database we need to nothing, right?
No, nothing. See, 95% to 90%, 99%, your syntax is same. You know SQL, Oracle SQL, you give answer in that. And but when you will be creating your resume, you will mention the multiple database because working is same. I have worked on the almost all the database. Whatever you see here, I worked except this Sybase and Informix. I worked on all other databases. I never ever I have Googled it out for the what are the syntax changes in different database. I was able to work. I was able to give the interview. I gave 150 plus interview. I never faced with the problem with the Oracle SQL database. But when you will prepare your resume, you will mention different database because it's all same one. Method is same. Writing queries is same.
So, yeah, I have a question.
Hmm.
So, like how the database looks like. Like, I mean, it's okay that we know that SQL query will be same, but
Hmm.
how that Toad it looks like that the Toad database looks like different, and how Teradata, I mean, are like
Same,
this.
same only, same only. Concept is same only.
Like the
See,
database looks like also same, the Toad or anything like
yeah,
this. Can
everything
we
will
have
be
a
same.
like example or anything?
I have
Uh-huh.
not stored it. It's the same thing only. You will be able to add the database connection there using this. You will have the schema left side, whether you use Toad, PostgreSQL, Teradata. I worked on all the database. It's the same thing. You're gonna fire the query here, all the database, all other database, and you will get the output here in
So
all other database also.
I want an example of a like a pure of database, how the database looks like, or like I mean, is that okay?
Let's Google it out. I have not stored those things, but
Uh-huh.
Teradata,
Or Toad.
Teradata SQL, because you have to trust me blindly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if anything is there, see here,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing on. Here left side you have the syntaxes, and here you are firing the query. Okay, down if you'll go, you will be able to see your this one also. Now see all the places it's the same one. You see here, you are writing the query here. Are you able to
Mm-hmm.
see my screen?
Yes.
Left side you have the table details, schema details. Here you are writing the query and you are getting output here. All other databases same only. All other databases same only.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'll show you
So,
database, database, SQL image. All the places, this is the output they have taken. Above they are writing the Roger SQL. See, Roger SQL is some of the database where they have like this one. Same thing. You don't worry on that. Okay.
okay.
Oracle SQL is the first database. Now see here, they are writing left side, you will have the schema. Here they are writing the query, and here you are getting the data. All the places it will be same. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where it went. Okay. So any other questions also you can ask. Let me move to the next topic. Okay. If anytime if the questions will come, you can chat. You can drop a message in the chat box, and then I'll look into the last, and then we'll answer it. In middle also, if you'll have any doubt, you can draft it there in the chat box. Instead of interruptions, you can ask your questions in the last of the topic. No worries, you can unmute yourself and then you can ask. And if you will have any doubt in middle, you can send a message in the chat box. Okay. Now next topic is like we are going to see that what are the sub language of SQL. So SQL is a language base, and in that, what are the sub language? Means like what are the topics will be there mainly. Architecture wise, what are the topics will be there? So that is called a sub language of SQL. So in we have a sub-language of SQL will be your DDL, data definition language. In this create, drop, alter, truncate, rename will come. In DDL command, data definition language command, the create, drop, alter, truncate, rename will come. In DML command, DML is another some language of this thing. So data manipulation language, insert, update, and delete will come. So what these are the major things in any of the databases, any of the database. Means what? If you see the data definition language, create command. Using create command, you can create new tables in the database. Your own table you can create using create command. You can use drop command if you want to drop a table permanently from the database. Then you're gonna use drop command. If you want to modify the structure of the table, like adding new columns, dropping columns, modifying the data types and all, you will be able to use alter command. Then you can use truncate command if you want to delete only data from the table. Rename, if you want to rename the column name or the table name again, then you are going to use all rename command. So these are the things we are going to learn class by class. Each class will learn these are the topics: create, drop, alter, truncate, rename. Each and every topics we are going to cover class by class, day by day. We are going to cover all these things. Then we have the DML command: insert, update, and delete. Means how to insert new record into the already existing table. That we are going to learn in insert command. Update command, we are going to learn how to update the data using update command. Then like if you want to update the command, if you want to update the values, like any of the values I want to update here, consider that I want to update this one as a green. Greenberg is the beginning. I want to update like green one, Nancy Green. That's all. So we can update it using update command. Uh, okay. Then if you want to delete any particular record, if you want to delete any particular record from a table, like this record, I want to delete it from the table. Then we are gonna use delete command. Then we are gonna use delete command. This is the way you are going to use DML command, DRL, data retrieval language. Select means if you want to fetch the data like this, select a star from employees, then select command, we are going to use it. Okay, this all topics one by one we'll learn in our regular classes. Okay, TCL transaction control language, commit and rollback we are going to learn. This is only important. Save point is also will come under TCL. DCL, grant and revoke will understand. So all these things will come under the sub language of SQL. Means what? These are the very important point in the SQL. Like these are the base of your SQL. Any of the databases, these are the base of your SQL. Okay. So now installation of SQL, I already say I'll share you the recording in the your group. And if you want to get the access of your software, if you want to get the access of your software, this Oracle SQL software as well as the practice document, this document will be there. This document will be available in, sorry guys, just a second. So this document will be available in here. Okay, whatever you are seeing here. So initial 3-4 classes, which is free for you. So it will be available. These are the documents will be available here in your Google Drive. Okay, this one as well as your Oracle software, Oracle software, SQL Developer software, whatever you are seeing this database, it's available here. You can download and you can follow the recording and install this one. First, you have to install Axis software and then you can launch the SQL Developer. You have to add a schema here. That's all. It's a very 10-minute job only is required. Only 10 minutes to install the software. That's all. Very easy process, but make sure that it should have approximately 5-6 GB, I guess, if needed to install the software, or maybe 300 or like 1 GB 1 GB hard disk is needed. You see that like in your local drive or in the C drive, 1 GB or 5 GB data should be free. Otherwise, it will throw error. Okay. So all these things are there, and then you have the steps. In these steps, you have the how to download the software. If you want to download the software directly from the Google, you can download it. You have to register there, register it, and then download both the software, Axis software, Axis software, and then JDK software. Both the softwares you download it from the Google, and then follow this down steps. You have to add first admin schema, password and username and password in given. Then you have to write this query in admin schema. This query you have to write, like how you will write this query. Consider that I am connecting to the admin schema. So once I have connected to the, what is the password? Admin. I'll give password as a admin only so that you will be able to remember. Okay. Now this query you have to write in admin schema worksheet, and you have to unlock HR schema before adding HR schema. Now, user HR alter means this is unlocked. This is unlocked. Now you will be able to add HR schema. So, what is the password? HR is the password and HR is the username. So that's all. That's all. Once you have done, you will be able to see these are the tables like employees table, departments table. These are the tables you will be able to see in HR schema. These are the tables you will not able to see because this is created by me. Countries table, departments table, your employees table, job history, all these tables you will be able to see in your once you add HR schema. Okay. So like this, you will be able to install. Send me your mail ID. Send me your mail ID. I'll give you access for this drive. Okay. Uh, this drive. Okay. and you'll have the practice document also. Same document you can refer and you can do practice for initial 4 or 5 classes. Once you will be comfortable here in my classes, then you enroll for these classes. Okay. So now next one is what are the data types in Oracle? What are the data types in Oracle, and what is the data types meaning in Oracle, guys? Data type mainly classified into 3 categories for every database: string data types, numeric data type, and date and time data types. So someone will have question: what is this data types? What is this data types? So if you'll see here what it means by data types. DSC employees will give you what are the data types, or what are the columns, what are the data types. It will give you the structural knowledge of your table. Like this table is having how many columns, what are the data types, what is the length of these data types. Will understand that one. Okay, so all these things. So what I'll do, I'll start this topic tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow morning, and many people they have joined first time. If you have any questions, we'll discuss for 5 minutes. If you have any questions, you go ahead, and these topics we'll discuss tomorrow. Is that fine, guys, or you want to start now only? If you have any question, you can ask, or you can WhatsApp me also. I'll will connect on the over phone also. No worries. But if you want me to continue for another 15 minutes, we'll continue, because today is the first class and it's a Friday. So I don't want to throw everything in one day only. So if you want, I can continue, or else we'll continue tomorrow. There is no problem we have to face while working in a database. You just, whenever you will be facing any problem, let me know. We'll rectify it. See, whenever you're, see, 1 year when you will be using your database, 1 year license will be there. So when you will not able to, sometimes they will mention as your password is expired, and you will not able to log into your Oracle SQL database after 1 year. Then what you have to do, uninstall it and install it again. It's a 10-minute job only. Uninstall it, install the Oracle software, and install it again. Anytime those whatever the database, if you see here, if it's not working, uninstall and install it again. All problem will be solved. All problem will be solved. So that is what, like 10-minute job only. It will not take more than 10 minutes to install the software. Okay, guys. So I'll just explain theoretically. Tomorrow again we'll learn this one. Okay. If as you don't have any questions, we'll learn this one only. So now if you see here, what are the data types we are going to learn? We are going to learn string data type, numeric data types, and date and time data type. String, numeric, and date and time data type. Now, if you see here, your employees table. Employees table is having data here, all numeric data. All numeric data. This is also a full numeric data. Means what? Only numbers are there here. Here also only numbers are there. Here you have the characters as well as alphabets. All these are characters. String data. String data is there. All these places, string data is there. This is date data. You have data in a date format. You have data in a date format. So if other values also, if you see, this is also number, this is also number, this is character or string data. String data. So that is what the things. String data types, numeric data types, date and time data types. Okay. So Oracle string data types, just read this one and then I'll explain you what is it. Okay, let me show you. Now, if you see here, Oracle string data types. Oracle string data type means what? Any column, any column which they have declared as a varchar2, varchar2 or char or varchar, which will be considered as this column is going to store string data, string data. This column is going to store string data. Whatever the column which is defined as a number data type, like you see here, number data type means what? This is going to store number data. Number data. Now, if you see here, your number data is there, okay, and here your string data is there. So first name, what is the data types? First name, we have the varchar2 data type. First name, we have the varchar2 data type, and second, numbers, we have employee ID, we have numbers. Means here we are storing number, here we are storing number, and here we are storing string data. Okay. So, and here we have mentioned as a 6. So what is the meaning of 6? Means up to 6 digit you can add here. Up to 6 digit. Now, if you see here, it's a 3-digit value. But they are allowing to add up to 6-digit value. Up to 6-digit value you can add here. Up to 6-digit value you can add here. And this is the string data. They have given 20. They have given as a 20. Means up to 20 characters. Up to 20 characters you can add here. 20 alphabets you can add here. In this string value, Alexander is 11 characters name. So like this, you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 9 characters length, not 11, 9 characters length. Like this, you will be able to add up to 20 characters. Here, in last name, you can add 25 characters. If you'll see higher date, they have mentioned as a data type as date. Means what? What of data it will store? Date type of data. 17 June 2003. 21st September 2005, 31st January 2001. So like this data, they are going to store. So same thing we are going to learn tomorrow. What is string data types? What is numeric data types? What are the date and time data types? Okay, guys. For now, we have done with the classes. This one. Just let me know if you have any questions. We'll discuss for 5 minutes. Go ahead, guys. So this part we are going to discuss tomorrow, and then we'll learn how to write the basic SQL queries. We'll start after this. We'll start DRL command. We'll start our DRL command.
One doubt actually.
Huh.
So whatever you are using, like SQL developer is a client, right? So while connecting to server, there may be many type of connections will be there, right? Either server database or cloud databases. Uh, like what are types of connection generally we have some basics about that. How do you connect to the database in general, like JDBC or ODBC, whatever it is, like very basic one. Uh, Usually, what will be used in the day-to-day scenarios?
See, you don't have to worry on the connection to the databases. What they will
Okay,
give you, they will tell you to, admin team will get access of your laptop. They will install the software here, whatever the software they will have, and then they will help you to add this schema. You can have the multiple schema in one database. Okay, so whether it's a environment or it's a testing environment or it's a UAT environment, they will help you to add it. If they will not help, you will get the user ID and password. You will get the user ID and password. Like if you'll go in a properties, you will be able to see what is the name, username, password, and port number as ID or service name they will give you, host name they will give you. When you will add this one, you will be able to add any schema here. Your company project will give you the database, okay, and they'll share you the credentials to the add any of the schema, okay, whether it's a dev schema, a testing environment schema, all these things, they will give you the details. You just have to enter these details and test the connection and then connect it. Like if the test connection should come success, then if once it is coming success, then you can connect it. So like this, you will get the information when you will be working on the any of the schema. And in the traditional database and your cloud database is same one. Only method is what? Earlier days, you were using VMware. You were using VMware or you were using VDI and all, and there the database was there. Correct. Nowadays, what they do, they are using a cloud application, whether it's AWS or Azure. Method is same. You will log in like that only. Simply, like they will give you the your user ID and password for the cloud. You will log into your portal and you will be able to see same database one. Only thing is that that will be in a cloud, not in VDI or VMware. It will be in a cloud. Means like AWS cloud, but same database. There is no difference. There is no difference. So in cloud, I have worked on code. I have worked on PostgreSQL. I have worked on Microsoft SQL. I have worked on one of the database, Databricks. I have worked. I have used Oracle SQL database. So all this database already I have used it in cloud. I did not find any differences. Clear?
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Next question, if anyone else, new guys, whoever joined new, let me know if you have any question. Go ahead, guys. You are free to ask.
There is another query, Jay. Um,
Uh,
we are saying like schema here, right? So what does it exactly mean? Because HR is, as per my understanding, HR is a database name.
no.
Uh,
Database is Oracle SQL developer. Overall database is what? Oracle SQL is the database. Schema is this one. You can add a number of schema here, like which schema they will load the data, which connections they will load the data. All these things they will different things will be there.
okay. Yeah.
So one person is asking question, if any one column data values exceeds, how can we overcome it? So if you are adding values which more than of length, which more than of your length, like consider here you have only given first name as a 20 and you are adding first name more than 20 characters, then it will throw error and you will not able to insert those data. In that case, what you have to do, in alter command we learned that you have to increase the length of this one, maybe 30, 40, 50. You can keep it here and then you will be able to insert. You can modify this data type length using alter command that we learn in alter command. When we learn the alter DDL command, alter command, there we learn how to increase the data type length. So if you are not able to insert, if you have a big name, you can increase the length, this one, and then you will be able to do it. Okay. So in ETL testing, your ETL testing, one good thing is what? In ETL testing, you will have access of this only. As a testing, you will have access of this only. You will not have access for DDL and DML commands. You will not have access for DDL and DML command. Okay. For testing, you need only select a statement. This is the easiest part. You don't have to create table. You don't have to do all these things in your testing method. Only you have to use DRL command, select a statement. That is the easiest thing. And that's why this ETL testing or SQL based technology becoming easy. Okay. So that's why I'm saying. Informatica, we are learning for the old things. Like if you are showing your experience as a 5 years, then we'll put as a 3 years as a Informatica. You worked on the Informatica earlier days. Before 2 years, 3 years, 4 years back, you worked on the Informatica. As Informatica Power Center is outdated tool, and Informatica company itself, they have a close the license of Informatica Power Center. They are not giving any new license, or they don't, you are not able to install the software in your laptop, Informatica Power Center software. So you will not need those things. Only for the, if you are showing 5 years of experience, to show some experience, to make, to boost your confidence, we are going to learn Informatica. But we are also facing problem while installing the Informatica Power Center because they have stopped the license. Informatica company, they are not giving the license for the Informatica tool. So, but we are going to learn with by seeing the recording and by seeing this one. Apart from this ETL tool, we are going to learn Databricks. Databricks, we are going to learn, and few basic things we learn for the ADF. Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory is a very famous ETL tool nowadays. You may heard many times Azure Data Factory. So that basics we learn in Azure Data Factory, how we are going to use all these things. That is again for the developer, they will create the pipeline there. Activities, copy methods, all these things will create in ADF. We don't have to learn that one as we have to use only database and then Databricks and all. So, but definitely if you'll have basic knowledge on that, that will be added advantage. Your confidence will be up. So we are going to learn ADF as well as Databricks, Azure Data Factory and Databricks for our learning purpose. Don't worry, whatever the things are required to clear your interview, I'm going to deliver everything. Your job is to give your 100% effort honestly. Whatever the classes we are discussing, day by day, day to day, you have to make it strong. Okay, make it strong and be ready once we'll complete the course in 2 months, or if you want to prepare faster, prepare in 1 month only, and I'll help you to prepare your resume. I'll help you to what you have to tell in interview for your project explanation, your roles and responsibility, what method you have to use to prepare the resume, what are the projects you have to mention in resume, everything end to end I'll tell you. And when you will face interview, how you're going to face it, that all these things I will, I'll explain you completely. So don't worry on that. End to end support will be there until unless you will not get job, full support will be there. Okay. Even though we have one main group where like my from the starting of the batch, people are there already. Many people are working in that group from past 2 3 years. They are working, and new people also joining that group. And if they have any doubt, they are finding the questions there, and people are involving like, oh, whatever the experience people are who is good in SQL and other things, they will answer. Whoever is attending those interview, they will be sharing the question, and they'll be sharing the like other persons will be writing the answers and all. Like that's one group we have for Facebook WhatsApp group where you will be able to see all these details. Okay. Okay, guys, let's disconnect today as many people they have to go office. So Friday classes will be 1 hour 15 minutes. Next batch, next class onwards, next Friday onwards, we'll start at 7 a.m. sharp and we'll finish at 8:15 so that other people they'll able to go to the office. So like 8:30, maximum 8:25, 30 will finish it so that like they'll able to get ready and then they will be able to do it. So let's disconnect and then we'll meet tomorrow. We'll explain you tomorrow data types in SQL, and then we are going to learn DRL command, all these things we are going to learn tomorrow. Tomorrow, 1.5 hour sessions will be there, 7 a.m. morning. 7 a.m. morning. These recordings I'll share you after sometimes in 1 or 2 hours. Just be there. So this today onward, the class recordings will be there in the drive also. 1 or 2 classes I'll upload into the my YouTube channel, where like recordings access will be easy. After that, once free trial will be over, 4 classes will be over, then I'm going to upload into your folder. Okay. Bye everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining.